So this is on volume of prisms and cylinders. Well, I'm going to go off to the side here. Volume is the area of the base times the height. So for a rectangular prism, that would be length times width times the height. So, sorry for that noise, that's just the thing zooming in and autofocusing. So, what we do is we do 14 times 17.5 times the height, which is 6.4. And so we literally just multiply those together. So, I will actually show you. So 14 times 17.5 times 6.4, and we get 1568. And we're done. That's it. All done. Move on. Now, for a triangular prism, the area of the base is the area of the triangle. Well, that's the height of the triangle. So it's 1/2 base times height, so I'm going to call that height 1, times the height of the prism, which is 5, so height 2. So that's 1/2. The base of the triangle is 10. The height of the triangle is 3.6. And the height of the prism is 5. Now for volume, these are extra numbers. They're necessary to find the surface area, but not the volume. So we do 1/2 times each of those. So again, we do 0.5 as the calculator turns off as I'm typing on it. So 0.5, it's going to tell me syntax error, times 10 times 3.6 times 5. And we get 90. And that's it. All done. Move on. Okay. Now, for a cylinder, we do same thing. It's just this time the base is a circle. So we would do pi r squared times the height. Well, in this case it gives us the diameter. So d is 13, which makes r 6.5. So we would do pi times 6.5 times 19, because that's the height, the distance between the two circles. So, don't you dare turn off on me. So, we do 6.5 squared times 19, and we get 802.75. Well, up here it said to the nearest hundredth, so that's 2 decimal places. Sorry, it doesn't show up on camera, but there is a smudge there, so I was having trouble reading it. So 802.5, so 802.75 pi. Now, that's the correct way to write it. However, your test will probably have you actually multiply out by pi. So we would multiply that answer times pi. So we would hit times pi and get 2521.91. And so I would accept either one of those answers. I prefer this one, but I'll take that one. Okay. Now, this is a trapezoidal prism. So, area formula for a trapezoid is 1/2 times base 1 plus base 2 times the height. So, base 1 is 15, base 2 is 37, and the height of the thing is 25.7. And then we multiply all of that by the height of the pyramid, or the prism, which is the distance from one trapezoid to the other, which is 20. So that's parenthesis 0.5 parenthesis 15 plus 37 out of that parenthesis, 25.7 out of that parenthesis, times 20. And so we get 13364. And we're done. Now, I do want to mention this one down here, because it's the same idea, but they didn't give us the apothem or anything for a regular, that we would need to find the area of a regular polygon, so they just gave us the base. So, like I said up here, the formula is volume equals base times height. Well, they just came out and said, here's the base. So we just do 41.57 times the height. Well, the height is 9. And so 41.57 times 9. And we get 374.13. And that's it. Now, a couple of little word problems real quick. Okay, the volume of a rectangular prism is this. If the base of the prism is this, find the height. Well, we know that the volume equals the base times the height, and so we know the volume is 655.2, and that equals 9 times 5.2 times the height. So solve for h. Well, this is a basic equation. 9 times 5.2 is 46.8. Divide by 46.8. And we get 14. So there's your height. A cylinder has a height of this and a volume of this. Find its diameter. So here's our volume. 2908.33 equals pi r squared. Well, we divide by pi. So 2908, nope, 08.33 divide by pi, and we get 925.75, and then we take the square root of that. Well, oops. And so when we take the square root of that, that gives us 30.426. And so 30.4 is r. Now, that's our radius. It asks for the diameter, so we multiply that by 2. And so that's 60.8. Now, the last one I want to take a look at is this compound shape. It says find the total volume of the solid below. Well, we've got a rectangular prism and the trapezoidal prism. Well, from here to here is 8, which means 22 minus 8 is 14. So that means the height of the trapezoidal prism, so that means this height is 22, but that's actually not necessary. My fault. So that means the height of the trapezoid is 14. So to find the area of the, I'm having a major brain fart. So we start with area of the trapezoid. So base 1 plus base 2 times its height. Well, we just found that the height of the trapezoid is 14. Base 1 is 6. Base 2 is 17, because that's the same length as this. So there's our trapezoid. Now, we're going to have to add that. Go ahead. You can sit down. I'm just making a video. And so then we find the area of the prism on the bottom. And so that's length times width times height. And so that's 17 times 13 times 8. Well, 17 times 13 times 8 is 1768. Well, 6 plus 17 is 23. And so we do 0.5 times 23 times 14, and we get 161. We add that to the 1768, and we get 1929. And that's the final answer.